Hey y'all, it's Michelle from Monkey's Creations. Come on in. Just gonna pull you up. And I think I'm a little bit late from what I told you, what I texted y'all, because I made a mistake. I needed to leave my zip ties open and I closed them all, so I had to cut them all off and reload my board. Yep, that's what I did. That's what I did. Crazy, crazy. So come on in, I've got you up. So this is the Ladybug Wreath kit. So what you get in the kit is you get the large flower board, you get your zip ties, you get the whole roll of the yellow snowball mesh, you get the whole roll of the green ladybug ribbon, and you get your felt foam butterfly, no, not butterfly, ladybug. Ladybug. Hello. So, let me bring you down so we can get started. Hello, y'all. Yeah, we had a great Easter. I hope y'all did too. I actually took the day off. I know, crazy, but I did. So I've gone ahead and I've loaded the entire board. If y'all can see that. Hello. And I have cut all my mesh. I did wood burn mine, but you do not have to, at 10 inches. So the whole roll at 10 inches, and then for the ribbon, I did them at 16 inches. Happy Easter to you too. Okay, so all we're going to do is put a ruffle in every one of the zip ties. Very easy, right? So 10 by 10. I know, I needed yesterday, and I took it, girlfriend. So 10 by 10, and we're just going to ruffle it right up the middle. And I'm going to clip it, because I should have got my tail ready. So we're going to put a tail in every other set. Not every set, but every other. You could do them in every other if you wanted. That is totally up to you. I'm not, but that doesn't mean you can't. You do whatever you want. So I'm going to find our middle, get that going. That way it's ready to go. All right, so I am going to start right here at the top. Let me do this, turn it sideways. And that's where I'm going to start my tails. Okay, so we're going to put these in at the same time. So I want to make sure I get enough in there that it catches that ribbon as well. Just like that. Okay. So that's going to be this whole wreath. Okay, so we're going to do the next one, and the next one doesn't have any tails. I do have most of these done already. So we can fly through this thing. Get my next tail ready. So what did y'all do yesterday? I hope y'all took some time out for your family. I know I did. Even though, we played, but we worked because we had to get some of the power washing done. So we got a little bit of everything done yesterday. Even got my crawfish fix. Okay, so we're getting another tail. You worked. If you want, you can pin these back. I did find my zip tie gun. It was in my cart, and I usually don't put it at the bottom, but that's where it was. Go figure. And you can load your zip ties just one row at a time if you want, so that you don't have to deal with all of the zip ties at once. So that'll be totally up to you. But you can also do this in kerfuffles, whatever you want. You cook dinner at your night. Oh, that's awesome. Y'all are quiet today. Why y'all so quiet? Did you eat too much food yesterday? Tucking that and making sure the ribbons come up front. I am in Texas. Yes, ma'am. Just south of Houston, right in between Galveston and Houston. You're working and listening? So who questioned the colors when I came out with this kit? Be honest. Give me a thumbs up if you questioned the colors. You're like, what in the world is she thinking? Hello, hello. But yellow, green, and red. And if you can see in those little daisies, that white dot or that yellow dot, that's where my inspiration came from. Kathy. I am using the large Unique in the Creek flower board. And we're working on the Ladybug kit. Oh, let me put my tail. This is your first time watching? Awesome. Well, I am Michelle from Monkey's Creations, so if you have any questions, let me know. You love the yellow mesh? You didn't get a text I was going live. What? Did anybody else not get it? I know I sent one out. We're here from Mississippi. Awesome. Next one's getting a tail. I do not pay too much attention to my tails until we're done. So you got one? Yay! Amy didn't get one? Some did, some didn't. That's weird. My text number is 281-502-2228. I almost forgot it. Oh, look, Tina's on it. Oh my gosh. So many people. That's crazy. I did wood burn this only because of I'm just using a ruffle and you're going to see all the cut edges, but you don't have to. You can just rotary cut them and clip your phrase if you want. Hello, hello. If y'all would float my boat, I would appreciate it. So this one is a kit, and you can get it at monkeyscreations.com. Hello, hello. Now all of these ruffles are going to stand up once we start working on the middle. Does the folded ruffle do well on the... Yeah, absolutely. Oops, shoot. That one needed a tail. But that's all right. That's the good thing about these boards is you can just turn it over, clip it, put you another zip tie, and go about your business. Yeah, you can check out my YouTube channel, Monkeys Creations on YouTube. And I've done all kinds of folds on these boards. From ruffles to cruffles or the woodland ruffle, whatever you want to call it. I've used them. I've used 21-inch mesh. I about did it again. 21-inch mesh on the boards. So you can pretty much do anything on these that you can wireframe. Hello, hello. And there go the dogs. All right, let's get this one in. It was 65. It's already in the 80s here. That's why I needed to get the power washing done. I need to get my cactus replanted before it hits the 90s. Because once it hits the 90s, I don't work outside. I just play in the pool. Hey, hey. And the 90s are right around the corner. I did send out a text. I don't know why some of y'all are getting it and some of you aren't. It's 48? Holy cow. No, thank you. I'll keep my 80s. So this one's real simple. It is a large Unique in the Creek board. I'm doing 10-inch ruffles, 14-inch tails in every other zip tie. Or I'm sorry, 16-inch tails. What did I say? So 10-inch ruffles, 16-inch tails. Yeah, I'll take the heat any day. I do not want to be cold. All right, we're almost done with this row. This is the row that takes the longest. So once we get this row done, it'll fly by, y'all. But I do like to do the kits from start to finish. So, hello, hello. Let's get our next tail ready. Oh, that one's kind of wonky. Let's fix that. We can't have a wonky dovetail. And that one's way wonky. There we go. Much better. You went to Florida for the winter, came home freezing, right? Canada's still snowing? You can move to Texas. It's not snowing here. We just get a couple snakes in our pools. Just a couple. All right, last one on this row. Well, where you been, Patricia? Come on, Stacy. There's some houses open in our neighborhood. All right, the outside row is done. Let's cut our zip ties. I'm going to take my glasses off here real quick. So I do finally have an appointment tomorrow. I went to the eye doctor Friday, which is why I couldn't come live and do this kit, because they dilated my eyes and I couldn't see up close. So I am getting progressive lenses, y'all. Oh my God, I feel so old. So bifocals, here I come. So I won't have to take my glasses on and off. Hopefully. I just hope I can get used to them. Because every time I take them off, I lose them. And then I can't see to find them. I know it wouldn't be the same, would it? You live in Utah. All right, so we're going to bring these out and we're going to start filling in. And I'm going to see if we even need to do every set or every other. You have, they tried me for the bifocal contacts. I went through 5 pair and they could not get it right. So let's, oops, let's find our top. So right here's our top. So I started the tails here. So what I'm doing is, on this row, we are not going to do any tails, okay? Our tails are going to start on the next row, okay? So this one is only getting ruffles. And let's see how many it takes. So these are cut 10 by 10. And I'm just going to set them right in. And I am going to clip these as we go, because there's going to start being a lot of mesh in here. So let's see if, I think we're going to do every set on this one, and then maybe every other on the next row. You can get used to the bifocals. Left eye is closed up and right eye, Okay, so just kind of move your mesh around so it gets out of your way. Now, some people say, you know, maybe it's easier to go from the inside out. I say it's not, because then you have to work under your mesh. Okay, at least this way you can pull it open and you can see what you're doing. So I always work from the outside in, but it's whatever works best for you. Did I cut that one? Yeah, I did. I know, I love this yellow. You love your contacts? I've worn contacts since I was in high school, so I'd worn them for years, until we tried to go to the progressive contacts, and they couldn't get it right, so I was like, just give me my glasses. Hello. The line was in your way. I don't know. We're going to try them. To get the American Eagle kit in again. I am trying. I know right now I have the Land of the Free back in. This one is in. I believe there's a couple left. And I'm working on trying to source some more for the Eagle. I have the vinyls. I have the boards. You know, it's something as simple as a red ribbon that can throw you off. But I am trying, Helen. All right, we've got 2 more on this row. And y'all could actually do this with, and make a carnation. Just using all ruffles, just like this. 2 years of glasses. Huh. Hello, hello. right, one more. Hey. Okay, so this is row 1. So row 2, we did every other with the tail. Row 3 is all ruffles. Now we're going to go back to every other. Do you have tutorials for all the listed kits? All of my kits I do live. Yes, ma'am. So tails, no tails. Now we're going to go back to the tails. So right here is our top. So I've done tails there. So I'm going to make sure that a tail goes right in here. That way it sits between these two sets of tails. Y'all see what I'm saying? So that's where I'm going to start. So right here is where our first tail is going to go on this next row. Would you sell the vinyl and the board without the ribbon? No. If you want just the vinyls, you can get those from Unique in the Creek. I only do them as kits. All right. So we're going to go right there. Add our tail. Now here, if you just want to do one zip tie at a time, if they're too much, then do that. And I'm thinking we're going to be able to get away with every other on this next row. And I don't know why I'm short 3 tails. That's all right. So if you have your measure buddy, just slide one side out 14 inches. Slide the next one out to 16, so you have your 16-inch tail. And I need 1, 2, 3 more. So let's cut 1, 2, 3. I know I love these colors together. All right, so let's cut these tails. Let's dovetail them. So I just bring all 3 of them together. Is there a tutorial for the peacock fan? No, that one I did in the VIP group. So when I do them in the VIP group, I can't make them available except to the VIP. Oh, there we go. I did heat seal this, but you don't have to. You can just use a rotary cutter if you want and just trim it up. That's totally up to you, but I did heat seal mine. Generally, when you see this much of a cut edge, I will always heat seal it. All right, so let's get our next piece in. And let's see if we can get away with doing every other. I have not done a magnolia. I know Stacy has done one on her page. The VIP group is $27 a month, but you get myself, you get Lori Franklin, the inventor of the Unique in the Creek boards. You get Andrea Brown from Ranch House. She is our floral whisperer. And you get Pam James, who does fake bakes in our group once a month. So you get quite a bit in there for $27 a month. All right, let's get our next tail ready. And it looks like I am able to go every other. I will turn it over here in just a minute. Let me get this row done. So for those of y'all that bought this kit know exactly what I'm doing. Hello, hello. Take this one out. You're welcome. We have a good time in there. So every Monday we go live for Chit Chat where y'all can ask us anything. Well, just about anything. Dre goes live every other Tuesday. I go live every other Saturday. Lori goes live every other Sunday, alternating. And then every Thursday we have Wreath Critique. The VIP group gets notified anytime there's kits available. Or any new supplies are available. They get notified first. So there's a lot of perks in there. You like the texture of the yellow? All right, last one going in on this row. Hey, hey. Oh, that's where I do all my live sales now for Wreath supplies. Which reminds me, I do have one coming. I need to do it. All right. So let's... Okay, so that's what we have so far. So, row 2, we did every other tails. Row 3, we did all ruffles. Row 4, we were able to do every other. So I did tails and all of those. And let's see if we could probably get away with just putting 2 right here in the middle to fill in that center. Now, if you're doing a carnation, you can do it just like this, but you're going to fill in every set, okay? So there's no tails going in this one, in the very center. Hello, hello. So see how those ruffles just fill that center in? So I'm thinking we can probably get away with just 2, but let's see. Let me cut that zip tie. I'll take my glasses off so I can see here. So I'm going on the opposite side. Okay. Okay, so 2 is definitely plenty, but I do have all of these cut, so I am just going to put them in there just because they're cut. And if I don't, then I just end up throwing them away and wasting them. So instead of doing that, we're just going to put it in there. Alright, so one more. Where's it at? There it is. See why I don't fix my tails as I go? Because I just destroy them. Get that one cut off. Let me get my glasses back on. And let's fluff all of this back out. All right, so that's what we have. So now we need to make a bow. So I am gonna put this one kind of right here, and then our bow, I'm thinking, is gonna go right there. So let's make a bow. Remove that. This up there. Let's get that out of the way. And let's make a bow. Let me think. Now I'm not going to make long tails. So generally when I put my bow at the top like that, I don't make the longer tails that I do when I put it at the bottom, because I don't want it to cover everything up. Okay, so let's just do a 10-inch tail. I know y'all are like, what? I got my big bow maker back. Got it out of the kitchen. My bow formula is 654-321. So 6-inch loops, 5-inch loops, 4-inch loops, 3 loops, 2 loop, 1 loop. So this, it is going to use your entire roll of ribbon. But you do not have to make your bow as big as I do either, so it's totally up to you. But you definitely need to keep your tails for your bow at 10 to 11 inches. And you could always add a second color in here if you wanted. If you didn't want your bow all the same, you could add a red, you could add a yellow, you could even add a black if you wanted. Okay, so there's our bow. So this is our top, and you know that because there are two holes side by side. So what you'll do is you can go ahead and put in your zip tie or your twine, whatever you want to hang it from. Okay, so we can go ahead and put that in there. And then just cut that off. Okay, so that's our top. So I'm going to go ahead and put my bow, and then we'll know where to put the ladybug. Okay, so I'm thinking about right there. So let me see where I'm at. I'm not going to put it tight because we don't want it sunk down into the mesh. You want it sitting on top of the mesh. Hold on, I'm missing a loop. There we go. Let's dovetail these. Now this one is just a little bit longer, and that's all right. I can trim it up if I need to. Okay, but I kind of like it where they're two different lengths. Now I did mount this with E6000 with a cable mount. Okay, Now, I just did this right before I came live. So, I'm going to be very careful, and I'm not going to pull it tight when I go to put it on the wreath, okay? So, I'm just going to take a pipe cleaner, because if I pull too hard right now before it cures, then it's going to pop off. I know, Diane, I don't know what's going on. A lot of people said they didn't get a text, but I know I sent one. Okay, and then I'm going to set him. Okay, so this is our top. I'm going to have him kind of come in right under that bow, but not so much that it's covering it up, but that he's kind of peeking out of it. If that made any sense at all. You got your kit? Oh, you got your text? Okay, now remember, I'm not going to pull it too hard. So I'm just fixing the tails, making sure they're sitting pretty. And there you go. Back up. So there's your kit. It's cute. So all of y'all who thought, like, what is she thinking? It does work sometimes. But I love the green and the reds and the yellows all together. I love it. Okay, so 10-inch ruffles, 10-inch ruffles, 16-inch tails, and then your bow. And then this is what I did on the back. So nothing on row 1, row 2, all of them, but every other with tails. Row 3 is all ruffles. Row 4, we did every other, all tails. And then I just filled in that center, added my bow, and added my ladybug. All right. So you can get this one at monkeyscreations.com. I don't know how, they may be sold out by now. I don't know. I apologize. I should have looked. I do have more kits coming. So with that gorgeous purple daisy ribbon I showed y'all the other day. Oh my God, I can't wait till that gets here. You ordered the kit. Yay! All right, so that's it, y'all. Have an amazing day. BIP, we will see you tonight for our Monday chit chat, where you never know what we're going to talk about. It's always a different subject. You never know. So we will be in there tonight, and I will probably see the rest of y'all maybe tomorrow. We'll see. And that's all I got. You're so welcome. That great, it does, doesn't it? Y'all were shaking your head, thought I'd lost my mind, huh? Go ahead, you can admit it. All right, y'all have an amazing day, and I'll see the VIP group tonight. Bye, y'all.